Everyone really liked Peppo, but this boy, the audacity. Have you started planning the wedding? What kind of wedding do you want? One that does not bankrupt. No one asked, but I want to talk about it anyways. I'll be answering some questions about my relationship, my boyfriend, and just us in general. What does the ring look like? It is a emerald cut diamond on a platinum setting and with a platinum band. Peppo and I actually met at a party, so in person. I know, one of the rare occasions nowadays. We met through a mutual friend around November 2023. So first impression, I don't know, I saw his face and I was like, oh my god, he's so charming. But I just felt like there was like a beam of light around him and he just seemed so cute. From the minute I saw him, I was like, I want to talk to him, I want to get to know him. He's fucking cute. Our first date, by the way, Peppo didn't want to give me his contact details. This boy, the audacity. We went to this bar. It was so cute. It had like jazz music playing. Like, it was just such a nice place. What made me fall for him? I feel really safe and I feel loved and I feel like he will not judge me. And of course he's a great guy, like beyond everything like that. But I'm talking about how, like myself in this relationship, I feel loved and adored and I feel treasured and cared for. Not that I haven't had a relationship like that, I have. But I feel like with Peppo is just like everything and he's incredible as a person and yeah, no complaints. How long have we been together? Okay, so Peppo and I have actually been together for maybe less than 2 years officially. I don't even know. Okay, I'm not even counting. I'm assuming like from the day we met, like that's how we count the time together. So November 2023. We made it official in February. So the reason I knew we were gonna be, like the relationship was gonna be serious is because from the moment we met at the party, Peppo did tell me that he only dates one person at a time. And that's not a rule just for him, that's a rule for whoever he's dating. That person can only be seeing him too. And I was just there like, oh, this is hard. And not because I didn't want to do that or that's not something I typically do. Like I do not date two people at the same time. But for example, if I'm not official with someone or like with like the first week, I'll probably still be chatting with some people until I'm like, okay, actually I kind of really like this person. But from the beginning, I knew with Peppo was like, it doesn't matter if we even like each other. But from the beginning, there needs to be no one else. So I had to pause. Nothing, honestly. There was no one. And even though I only date to marry, like it was gonna be a bit like a step up from what I'm used to. So I knew it was serious, girls. How did your friend's family react when you started dating him? Everyone really liked Peppo, but I feel like people were panicking. For me, I've also had come out of a not really healthy relationship. So when I started dating again, which was like Peppo, people were a bit worried, rightfully so, and I think that's why they've reacted this way. So basically we were planning on moving in together like 3-4 months into our relationship and people were panicking. Even my friend's mom was worried about it because like you've not known him long enough, which is a very fair comment, and also you'd be stuck in a lease for 12 months. Like it's crazy. But for Peppo and I, it just made so much sense. And then we were also talking about getting engaged. You guys, people were worried, rightfully so. So I think people were not worried about him as a person, but the whole relationship speed and stuff. We were pretty sure where this was headed, and if it didn't work out, then it didn't work out. But we weren't gonna waste time just to find out later and like not have it work out. But yeah, what's one moment you will never forget from early in the relationship? None. By the way, I can't think of memories with Peppo that I'm like, oh yeah, that. Like no, I think everything's just like a good balance of fun stuff. Do you live together? Yes. And what was adjusting to that like? Peppo and I have actually been living together for over a year and it wasn't super difficult. I think the first week living with him, I was just mad all the time. It's simply because he was putting things in places that were really annoying me. It was just so inconvenient. And I think I wasn't used to seeing him all the time. It took some adjusting, but like a week. It's okay. How do you handle arguments or disagreements? I think we try to talk it out first, and throughout the conversation we always try to say, oh, you're yelling, or can you like not shout, right now you're shouting, and it's like, oh, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to. And so it's really a conversation of I'm trying to listen to you and pay attention to what you're saying and try to understand where things went wrong. But I also want you to respect me and to not get overwhelmed with your emotions, because of course everyone gets emotional when you're arguing, but I think the most important part is make sure the conversation is respectful. That's really it. Like that's how you handle a disagreement. What's a typical date night like for you guys? Have a date night? It's probably just like food, going to a restaurant and just chilling. I think really that's it. Food. We're obsessed. What's a couple tradition you have? We don't have anything. The only thing we do as a couple, and it's not even like a tradition or something we do on purpose, is the fact that both of us get obsessed about restaurants and food, and we make it our like routine and obsession for the next few weeks, months. And once we're tired, we move on to the next thing. So we started with the Korean corn dogs, and now we're at the ramens. Yeah. How did the proposal happen? So I've kind of made a video about it, but just to summarize it, Peppa and I started looking at rings together, then he made a surprise trip to Italy. Of course, I didn't know where we were going, and I kind of guessed that was for the proposal. We went to Villa Ciambrone during our trip, which is a garden villa thing, and he just proposed. Did you see it coming? So today's Wednesday, and I think I'm gonna get engaged this weekend. I'm quite sure I'm gonna get engaged this weekend. FYI, Peppo had the proposal, like the ring box, in his front pocket. The ring box. Did I figure out I was getting engaged? Yeah. But you know, these things happen and it's not the end of the world. I still am very happy and it was still very cute. Have you started planning the wedding? But the answer is no. And honestly, it's not something we're thinking of at all.
Yeah, oh my god, why did you get engaged if you're not planning on getting married?
Like, we want to be able to get married if we want to, whenever we want to. That's why we got engaged. But we don't have any current plans or near future plans. What kind of wedding do you want? One that does not bankrupt me. I think that's also like the main reason we're also not getting married or not planning a wedding. Weddings are so expensive and we have other financial priorities, and honestly, it's such a financial burden. Do we really want to do it? No. I don't want to be broke for a party. It's a party, guys. Okay, this question I get a lot in real life, and I also don't understand why I get this question. Has anything changed in your relationships since getting engaged? No. And the reason nothing has changed is because even when we got engaged, it just felt so natural. It didn't feel like it was forced. It just felt like we wanted to do it. It was like what we like. It was just normal. I don't know how to explain it, but nothing has changed and we don't really care. Do you want to have kids? I feel like besides money, I could be very comfortable having kids right now, but our relationship is quite young, I would say, and I really wanna just cherish Peppo for as much as I can, just him and me, before we introduce kids, because I don't want to be jealous of him giving attention to my children. Like, it's not like I would be jealous, but I would feel like, oh, I kind of want that, because for the next like 18 plus years we will be just focused 100% on our kids until they move out, and I just want to cherish my relationship before it like has to get to that step, which is honestly sad because it's something that I knew would happen as an adult. But this is also why I kind of wanted to meet my partner when I was much younger, so I could grow with them and know them super well, and then when we have kids at whatever point in time, I wouldn't feel like, oh, we have to wait because I want to cherish you more. We could just get into it, have had our time, and now we can have the kids. I have been wanting to have kids since I was 8. I babysat 5 years ago, and from that point on, it's not that I didn't want to have kids, but it literally kind of sterilized my soul. And I mean it, like genuinely this girl made me not want to have kids. So from absolutely needing to have kids to not wanting to, like, I want to. And now I'm just kind of taking it at my pace. I'm just enjoying things, and yeah, but I'm excited to be a parent with Peppo. Like, I used to just want to be a mom, and now I want to be a parent with Peppo. I don't know if that makes sense, but it really shifted, like being in this relationship and meeting Peppo and knowing I want to have a long future with him is like, my perspective's changed. It's not just I want to have kids and I want to be a mom and have that experience. I want to share that experience with him. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, that's how I feel about kids genuinely right now, and now in this relationship. Any advice for people in relationships or thinking about getting engaged? Like anything in life, whether it's a relationship or not, do what feels right for you at your pace. Whatever people are saying, do not give a fuck. Just do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, no one gives a fuck. No one except you, maybe your parents, but it's not that deep. And like, don't get married for the sake of like pressures, because if you feel like,
oh my god, the wedding is so expensive and it's gonna make me feel so bad afterwards,
do not do it. Financial debt is gonna be yours alone, no one else's. So if you feel like there's like strains or pressures, or like, for example, I didn't even want a diamond ring. I wanted a very simple band, but Peppo didn't want to do that because he felt like it wouldn't fit his style to propose with no diamond, which is fair enough. Like, it's his preference, it's his style. So we went for a diamond at the end because also I fell in love with it But originally, he could have just popped the question with the ring I asked, and I'd be like, cool. But then societal pressures might have made me feel bad about it. But then again, it made more sense financially for me because I'm not the breadwinner in this relationship, okay? So for me, financially, that made more sense because that would be something in my budget. So I wouldn't impose something that I couldn't personally afford onto someone else, for example. Also, very important point. The size, the ring, the price doesn't matter. It's just all fake artificial numbers. So like if you want a really big diamond and you don't want to pay the big price tag, just go for a lab-grown diamond. It's all the same. Unless you're planning to resell or something, like honestly, get the lab-grown. It's stronger than a normal diamond. Just fucking get what you want at the price you want, and then you can afford. Live your life within your means. I don't know how many times you have to say this, but don't follow life through other people's expectations. No one's gonna give a fuck. No one's gonna remember. And it's never that deep. I was thinking about the video and I realized that I forgot to answer the most important question, which is how did I know he was the one? And this is a really annoying answer, but I just knew. And to go into more details, I feel like maybe nowadays we assume there's always better out there. There's always someone more perfect, someone more kind, someone more whatever it is, right? Because I've always dated to marry. I've always dated to accept whoever I date and like love all of them, the good and the bad. And if I can't accept who they fully are, then there's no need for us to be in a relationship because there's no real future in that. But basically my approach is that I feel comfortable and safe enough with how we communicate and how we are and how we care about each other that I know we will put in the time and effort to work through problems and grow together, and not just like any problem just leave, basically. So that's how I know like he's the one. But besides the whole thing of everything I've mentioned about how I admire him, what I care about him, what I like what's nice about the relationship and all of the good stuff, like there's genuinely just that point of like I know we can make it through hard times or we will work through it together. I also feel like, and it's very important as a woman, I also feel like I feel safe becoming or potentially becoming a parent with Peppo because I know he will help me and support me and always be there for me, and I know that I'll be cared for during like motherhood and all of that. So I feel like that's also a very important point, and I have that confidence in him. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this little chit chat video and enjoyed getting to know me, how I think, my relationship and all of that. But if I didn't answer all of your questions, feel free to put them in the description below or to even message me privately through Instagram. But yeah, I will see you in next video. Bye!